Hey everyone, Andrew Morrison here. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing and discussing my top astrological predictions and insights for the month of October 2020. So stay tuned. For the best videos on metaphysics, specifically astrology and manifestation, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell below to be notified when I post new videos every single week. Now, if you are interested in learning astrology, doing one-on-one readings and consultations, my astrology certification program is now open for enrollment. So if you are interested in applying, stay tuned towards the end of this video for more details and information on how you can apply for the program. Also, if you haven't done so already and checked out my September predictions video, I would highly recommend to go back and watch because so many of my predictions and insights that I shared and discussed in this video did transpire and unfold. So not to worry if you have not watched that video because I will post the link in the description down below for you to check that out and watch that. So the first insight and prediction that I want to share and discuss is talking about Mercury retrograde. So yes, Mercury will be going retrograde in October. So starting around October 14th, actually, extending for several weeks all the way until the US election time in November. So from an astrological standpoint, I do find this very noteworthy, very significant, and very interesting that I just wanted to throw out and discuss here. And so it's really interesting with this particular Mercury retrograde because when I looked at the forecast and when I looked at the charts of what's going on in October, ideally this Mercury retrograde on paper and on surface should have ideally been not as intense and chaotic in comparison to other Mercury retrogrades, but because of all the energy of what's going on with the movements and the transits of the planets in October, I actually do expect and do feel like this Mercury retrograde will be very intense, chaotic, and the energy will oftentimes be even a little weird at times. So that's also something I wanted to discuss here. But the main significant themes and lessons around this particular Mercury retrograde has a lot to do with balancing, strengthening, and healing relationships, particularly with other people. So this includes relationships with significant partners, romantic partners, friends, and associates. But because there's so much to discuss with this particular Mercury retrograde, I will actually be making an upcoming Mercury retrograde video all to do talking about this retrograde in October. So definitely subscribe to my channel and watch that video that I will be making very, very soon. So the second insight and prediction that I wanted to address here in October is I do feel like there will be many big surprises, many major truth bombs, secrets, scandals, revelations, and corruption coming to light in October. So in October, I do feel like there will be many things and also things that people never knew about coming to light this month in October. Also in October, I do feel like there will be this big shift in consciousness, awareness, and overall this big spiritual shift and awakening happening as well. So what I see happening is I do feel like people all around the world will be waking up in many different ways, changing their beliefs, changing their opinions, changing their perspectives on life, and also the world around them. For some people, this will come in the form of world religion and spirituality. For others, this will be more politically driven, and especially who they will be voting for this particular US election season. So that is also something I wanted to mention here. What I also feel like will be happening in October is I do feel like there will be more fundamentalism, more righteousness, more fanaticism, as well as people pushing their political beliefs and belief agendas onto others as well. And then also something interesting I also see happening for the next several months to come is I do feel like there will be some changes and modifications in certain laws and rules all around the world as well. And with these changes and these new modifications and these new implementations, some people may actually not support these changes and these laws and rules. So there most likely will be some political uproar and fighting over all of this political matters as well. So the second insight and prediction that I want to share and discuss is talking about the intensity of October. So I know I mentioned in my September predictions video that September would be a very intense month, but I do feel and I do expect that October will actually be even more intense. And so having said that, I do feel like people's emotions will continue to be very over the top, very chaotic, and very intense during this month of October. People will be continuing to be filled with anger, hostility, rage, and aggression. And because of all of that, I do feel like from an astrological standpoint that this month in October is a high-risk month for terroristic activity, attacks, and violence and terroristic energy. So that's just something I want to mention and discuss. Furthermore, talking about the weather, I do feel like there will be more destructive and chaotic weather patterns, so more natural disasters, fires, heavy rains, storms, and matters like that as well. So the fourth insight and prediction that I want to share and discuss in October is that I do feel like there will be many positive shifts and changes that will start to kick in and formalize. So speaking of these positive shifts and changes, there will be this strong focus on economic growth, fiscal matters, financial matters, business matters. And so keep in mind when I am talking about the economy and economic growth in all of this, this is not an overnight sensation. This is an ongoing transformational process and journey. So I really wanted to highlight and stress that point. So having said all of that, there will be this slow reversal of the energy and matters feeling so stagnant, so stuck, and at a standstill. So that is a positive note that I wanted to address here. On a different note, in October, for the next several months, I do feel like many people all around the world will be looking and diving into emotional cleansing and healing from all the heaviness of the year 2020. Everything that's been going on this year. And also on a different note, I do feel like starting in October for the next several months, there will be this emerging trend and pattern towards security measures, safety measures, and precautions on all different levels, and especially in America. So the fifth insight and prediction that I wanted to address is that I do feel like starting in October, moving for the next several months, is I do feel like there is this new emerging pattern and trend towards more structuring, more stability, and more balancing in the external through world affairs and also in government matters as well. On a different note, I do feel like there will be more balancing and more harmonization in people's and human beings' inner worlds and inner environments as well. So having said that, I do feel like people will be exploring more transformational rituals and practices and activities such as affirmations, mantras, learning more about meditation and yoga, and also even learning about more esoteric subject matters. I also do feel like starting in October for the next several months is that people will be learning and tapping into more holistic healing activities. On a different note, I do feel like people starting in October for the next several months is that people will be learning more about their own personal divinity and learning more about their spiritual powers that lies within themselves. And then I also feel like people will also be learning more about their individual fears, overcoming their personal fears, and also overcoming the fear of the unknown. So that is the final fifth insight and prediction that I wanted to share and address. Now, if you are interested in my astrology certification program, understand that space is very, very limited, and I do have a few spots available for the program. This program is application only, so I typically work with individuals that are total newbies and beginners to astrology looking to become certified astrologers in under 12 months. Individuals that would love to have the freedom to essentially work anywhere in the world and to have more freedom of adding more income into their realities. So if this does sound like you and you are interested in applying for the program, click on the link below to schedule a free call with me, and also make sure to fill out the application as well that is also attached on the link down there. And together on the call, we will see if this is a great fit for the program. Also, if you would like to book an astrology chart reading with me, you can actually message me through WhatsApp Messenger. So I will leave my phone number for WhatsApp down in the description down below for you to reach out and schedule and book that reading. Alternatively, you can also email me as well, but the best way to really schedule and book that astrology chart reading is going to be through WhatsApp. Also, if you would like to be a part of a private astrology community, I do have my free Facebook group for astrology. We have people all around the world, and I would love for you to be part of this group as well. And I will leave the link for this group down in the description below for you to join this free group. Now I want you to comment below and tell me, how did you find this video helpful for you? If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see new future videos on my astrological predictions as well as videos on manifestation, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell below to be notified when I post new videos every single week.